For this lesson, you are going to be comparing and contrasting Mom's latest good idea and permission slips. So, in general, you can tell me how they're similar and how they are different, but I really want you to think about the points of view in each. So, point of view is talking about who is telling the story. So sometimes we talk about point of view just when we're speaking, like my point of view or my perspective is that this thing is right and this thing is wrong. It's just what I think about it. When we're talking about a story, we're talking about who is telling the story. So we have third person and we have first person. So we're going to talk about the difference between third person and first person. Because Mom's latest good idea is in third person. And what that means is it's told by somebody that's not directly involved in the events. There's an outside narrator looking in. Okay, so they're telling us what people are doing, they're telling us what people are saying, but they are not directly one of the characters in the story. Now, sometimes that narrator can read other people's minds and sort of tell us what they're thinking and feeling, even if they don't say it. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes we don't know what the characters are thinking and feeling except by what they say or what they do. Then we can make inferences about it. It'll say things like he, she, they, them, his or her, the names of the characters. You'll only see things like I or me or my in dialogue, so when people are speaking. That's different than first person, which is what permission slips is written in. Okay, because it's told by someone who's directly involved in the events. So I think in this case, Maya is telling this story. She says things like I, me, my. You're hearing it from her perspective, from her point of view. She is the narrator, so she is sharing her thoughts, her feelings, and opinions. And because she's one of the characters, or because in first person one of the characters is narrating, he or she can't read other people's minds. Okay, because they're one of the characters. They just know what they're thinking. Again, if somebody talks to them or does something, they can sort of figure it out, but they don't know what other people are thinking other than that, because they are one of the characters. They are telling the story. So keep that in mind when you are comparing and contrasting them. So in one of them, you might hear more. You hear the main character's thoughts versus the main character is saying things out loud. Or maybe you do know the thoughts in both because they say them. Again, you could say Mom's latest good idea is in third person. Permission slips is in first person. That can be one of your comparing and contrasting points. Remember to fill all the 8 spots up. They don't have to take up all 3 lines, but I do want something in each one. And then explain it as thoroughly as you can. If you just give me one word, that's not enough. You have to tell me more what you are thinking. And again, they don't all have to do with point of view. You could talk about the setting or the characters or other things about the story, but try to get at least a few that have to do with that point of view and how we know what people are thinking and feeling. Because that's the main difference, is that in third person, we get a glimpse into each of the characters, whereas in first person, we usually only know about the main character who's telling us the story. Okay? As always, let me know if you have any questions. I say it every time, but that's because it's always true. I'm always available to help. Your clue word for today is land. Land, as in the up, not water. Land with an A. Okay? That is your word for today. Make a note of it so you can put it in at the end of the week. You got this.